Hey everyone, so here we are. I'm going to make a tomato and onion paste today, which can be stored in the fridge for up to 10 days. And you can use it whenever you require for any curries, any dishes that you like. So here we go. Basically, we just need onions and tomatoes. You can even use the canned tomatoes, but I do a mix of fresh onions and diced tomatoes, the canned ones. And if you're really in a hurry, just use the canned ones. So apart from this, we need some spices. That's turmeric, salt, and a red chili powder. That's about it. Let's get started. So I've warmed up my pan. I'm just going to put some oil. So I use canola oil, and I'm very happy with canola. So I'm just going to warm it up a little bit and then add some cumin seeds to it. Once the cumin seeds start to crackle, you can add your onions to it. And you have to saute it till the onions are golden brown in color. So I have added the onions here and I'm going to saute them until they go golden brown. Now for this recipe I've used 3 big onions and I've used 6 tomatoes and 1 can of tomato paste. So I'm just going to saute it till it goes golden brown, and then you're going to put some spices in it. Half a spoon of turmeric, some red chili powder, 1 spoon of salt. Just going to mix them up again. Now after mixing, let the turmeric cook for about a minute or so, because if you don't, you can get like a raw taste of the turmeric powder. So I just let it cook with the onions for about a minute, and then we add the tomatoes. So now it looks about right, and now we will just lower our gas on sim, because remember, every time you need to put any kind of liquid into your bowl or your pan, your gas should be on sim, otherwise your splatters will be more than it normally would be. Let's add tomatoes now. So I usually use fresh tomatoes, but today I'm out of tomatoes. I only had 6 fresh tomatoes, so I've used them and a can of tomatoes. So yeah, you can see I've just added it, and now I'm going to mix the whole thing and let it simmer for about 10 minutes. So initially, just after adding the tomatoes, I like to put the gas on high so that the work is done a little bit quicker. You can leave it on sim, but there's no harm doing on full gas. So I'm just gonna increase my gas, and yeah, just let it cook for 5 minutes, and then you can sim it down again. Now till the time my paste is getting ready, so I just wanted to show you what I used to chop my onions. So I used a Pigeon brand mini pull-out chopper. It's similar to the one we get in Australia in Kmart, and this is really cool actually, and it's just so convenient if you haven't used it before. I have my expensive ones as well, but this one is just so perfect. It's about $6 in Australia and rupees 250 in India. So there, it's just a bowl, and you've got this blade which you can just literally put on like that, and put your onions there or your tomatoes and just close it and pull it from this end, and that's it. So the more you pull it out, the finer your ingredient becomes, and if you want them thicker, just chop it 4 or 5 times and you're done. So yeah, I've just given it a quick wash and it's so easy to clean. Now I'm going to dry it up and just store it. It's a space saver and it's just so convenient. I love this in my kitchen. So you can see how the color is changing now. It's getting more dark. So that's because it's getting all mixed with the spices and it's blending in together. So I'm going to let that be for another 8 minutes and then we'll be done. So keep mixing it in between until all this water evaporates, and you will have a nice consistency paste which you can store in your fridge. So the tomatoes are all cooked now. So if you like somewhat a thin consistency, I'll show you this way. you can leave it there and let it cool down, but I like to remove all the water so I can just use it whenever I want. And if I want it thinner, I'll just add some fresh tomatoes to that paste while I'm cooking my vegetable or my curry. So I'm just gonna let that be on high. It's been on high for the last 8 minutes, and I'm gonna let it be for high for another 2 or 3 minutes because there's still some water I can see. So now it looks like a nice consistency, and I've just turned it down to sim to let it simmer for another 2 minutes on sim, and then we're done. So now that's the consistency I like. I'll just show it to you. There. So it's all mixed up nicely, and it's not gotten burnt. It's all beautiful. Now I'm gonna turn the gas off, and you need to leave this to cool down before you put it in the fridge. So put it in an airtight container and keep it in your fridge. I'd say towards the back of the fridge where it's the most cold. Put it there and it'll stay like that for 10 days, I think, maybe more. But yeah, mine finishes around 10 days because I use it every day in something or the other. So you can make curries with it, like white chickpeas or red kidney beans, rajma, chana, or any other vegetables, or even soup if you want to add some to soup. And so yeah, it's all done. Your tomato and onion paste is ready for use. I hope you enjoyed my video.